Guys, I'm gonna rank every single COD Zombies Easter egg for you guys right now.
Easter egg from worst to best.
What
the way
is
I look
worst?
at it, there's two main aspects to any good.
Chat, there's only one answer for the worst Easter egg. Who is it? What is it? And where is it? Tell me right now. Tell me right now, chat. It starts with a blood and ends
Easter
with
egg,
the dead.
gameplay, and story. This list is going to be
Let's
90%
hear it.
gameplay based though, just
Let's
because
hear
it's what
it.
I personally care about more, but some story will be factored
I'm ready.
in. This list will be Treyarch only.
I'm ready.
Today's video is actually sponsored by a
Whoa! Viewer
number
right now.
26, Die Rise. Die Rise.
Die Rise is the worst Easter egg? Chat, I think he made a mistake. Actually, no, chat, I won't lie. Die Rise's Easter egg is fucking terrible. It is so bad. It is one of the worst Easter eggs ever. It's also because you have to do it on co-op. But, bro, can I get an L in the chat for this Easter egg? This Easter egg is absolutely abysmal. Standing on elevators, like 6-minute world record run with 4 people. 2 sides, both caca pee pee poo poo. This is criminal, man.
Is not only the worst map in my opinion, but it also
This
just
is
has the worst
so
Easter egg. There's very little to actually do in this Easter egg, and the
agree.
fact that it can be beaten in 3 minutes and 9 seconds speaks volume.
Wait, they beat the world record of 6 minutes? It's now 3 minutes and 9 seconds? This is so bad. That's almost as fast as the Vanguard Easter egg.
To just
bro.
how little content there actually is in the Easter egg itself. On top of that, some of the steps feel very random.
Chat,
and just
what's
kinda
the world
silly if you
record on
think
the
about it.
Vanguard Easter
Like, there's
egg,
the
boys?
one step where you randomly
I
have to
can't
unload
remember.
this liquefier into the statue and spawn.
I
And then, of
literally
course,
can't
there's the
fucking
multiple tile step on the elevator that is just always stressful if
F
you don't happen to have the most
no
consistent group of 4 players going into
babe
this. And that's another
B.
thing. Easter eggs in general
Hell
require
no.
4 players to
Get
complete
that
are
outta
just
here.
naturally going to be lower on the list.
Get that outta
Transit. The predecessor to Die Rise.
Where is Blood of the Dead? I'm asking for a friend. Where is Blood of the Dead? Transit's also dog water Easter egg.
The transit Easter egg called Tower of Babel was only slightly more engaging.
Dog water,
of course,
cat
all of
water
the
Easter
Victus
egg,
maps
bro.
had 2 separate Easter
know
egg
you
quests,
won't
but
like it.
neither version of the transit one was particularly
Get this
awe-inspiring.
Black
The Rick
Ops
Off
2
inside
nonsense
is
off my
particularly
stream,
hilarious
bro.
just to look back on it.
I
You basically have to
know.
build the jet gun just to break it, and on top of that, all 4
L in the
players are
chat.
required to
L in
get
the chat
EMP
for these
grenades,
Easter eggs.
which
These are
takes just an
horrid.
incredible amount of RNG, only made worse by the fact that you have to travel
Big
from
ass
area
L.
to area to hit the mystery box.
so upset.
Ascension.
What?
Ascension was the first main
Where's Blood of the Dead? Where is Blood of the Dead? Ascension. Hey, at least I like Ascension. Blood of the Dead. Where's Blood of the Dead? This is too high for Blood of the Dead. Please, for the love of God.
quest style Easter egg that Treyarch ever
Please,
tried
for
to
the love of
implement into the zombies game mode. Let me just start by saying that this is clearly a very
I
primitive,
like
basic version
Ascension's
of what the
Easter
Call of
egg
Duty
when
Zombies
it's just
Easter
for
egg
fun,
would later
though. For-
become. I mean,
yeah,
it served
boys,
its purpose.
let's
for
put
its
another L in
time,
the chat.
but I don't
4
know too
player
many
only
people
Easter
who
eggs.
actually want to go back and do it on a regular basis.
Mega.
Forsaken. If there was ever an Easter egg
What?
that
Where's Blood of the Dead? Where's Blood of the Dead? Forsaken's Easter egg is not even that bad. It's quick and it's fun. Where is Blood of the Dead? This is foul. I do not believe in this.
feels rushed in development,
This
it's
is
this
foul.
one. To me, it feels like Treyarch
I
put all
like
their time on
Forsaken's
this
egg,
map to
man.
developing all the little side Easter eggs and boss fight, and
I
put
think
little
it was
care
good.
into the actual steps leading up to the boss.
I
if
like
it wasn't for
bad,
the above
like,
average
step
fight
Easter
against the
eggs.
Forsaken himself,
I
this
do like the
Easter egg might
Forsaken
have
fight,
come in
too.
even lower on this list. Blood of the Dead. I'm somebody who loves
Woo!
doing complicated Easter eggs, but even I have to.
I think it's too high. I won't lie. I think Blood of the Dead is even too high, but this is actually the worst Easter egg set. Guys, what time did it take you to beat the Blood of the Dead Easter egg set? When I did it the first time, it took me literally 3.5 hours. I'm not even joking.
to acknowledge that
I'm
Blood
not
of the
even
Dead
joking.
just takes it way too far. If you want to complete this egg, the
3.5
average player needs to devote
hours.
2 to 3 hours of their life to this pain and suffering.
I
I'm not sure
know.
why Treyarch wanted us to stare through our shields throughout the entire duration of this map, and the challenges
That's
are just
another
way
L.
too easy to mess
L.
up. The
L.
Machine. 80%.
What? D-Machine is this low? Aw, dude. My man Chrism hates the easy Easter eggs, bro. I can't agree with this. I feel like, bro, after BO3 and after BO4, the complexity of Easter eggs was actually kind of nice in Cold War. 1 in the chat if you agree, 2 in the chat if you like BO3 and BO4.
The D Machine Egg
I
is
do
spent
like the
upgrading
Cold
the
War
4
Easter
different
eggs,
variants
man.
of the Die Wonder Weapon, which would be okay
Cold
if the
War
Wonder
Easter eggs
Weapon
aren't
was
even
actually
that
worth
bad,
using in the
man.
first
They're
place.
not
The
even that
multiple
bad.
unskippable Orloff cutscenes, to me, feel like they were made by a small indie company and not a AAA studio. The boss fight, using air quotes, was not really a boss fight whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure the average player could
I think it's because
complete
we
it
had
with
too
their
many
eyes closed.
expectations
Alpha
for
Omega.
it.
The only noteworthy
Alpha Omega is dog water. Huge fucking L in the chat. I hate this Easter egg with a passion. I literally will never do this Easter egg ever again.
part of the Alpha Omega Easter egg is Rushmore, which is the little computer that basically tells you what to do next. The actual steps of the egg, though, are so just completely forgettable, and the only one that comes to mind when thinking about it is that Red Nova escort step, which I remember being just ridiculously annoying to do, especially on solo. The boss fight itself is okay, I guess, where we finally get to defeat the Avogadro from Transit, but all in all, this egg is just
I prefer all the Cold War
Call of
Easter
the
eggs.
Dead. To me, Call of the...
What did you just say? Yo, what did you just say? Yo, what did you just say, bro? How could you say the only Easter egg that actually gives you a free Wonder Weapon is this low? We got 10 minutes to
the Dead was a one step up from the Ascension Easter egg. It's a fetch style quest where our main goal is to retrieve the golden rod for Richtofen and the rest of the main crew, who is trapped behind a door. It's a very simple Easter egg, so simple in fact that it can be beat in only 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
Does this man like convoluted Easter eggs? I don't listen. I like the simple ones, man. And you're not going to get world record pace as a standard player, my guy!
Which just speaks to how little there actually is to do. The more step code is a great idea on paper. However, it's the same code every single game you play, so if you've done it once, then you've done it a million times. On a positive note, this was the first Easter egg you could ever do solo, and it was the first Easter egg to offer a permanent reward. Whereas every time you load in Call of the Dead and kill George, you get a free Wonder Weapon.
Yeah, guys, do you guys like the Blood of the Dead Morse code step or the Call of the Dead Morse code step? Genuinely, which one do you like more? I know my answer, chat. Okay? I know my answer.
Zetsubo no Shima. Zetsubo with...
Wow, I think Zetsubo being put here is so criminal. Even though I love the Easter eggs. Like, chat, honestly, I am like literally the inverse of this list. I like easier Easter egg steps than harder ones. To be fully real with chat. That is
without a doubt in my mind has the worst Black Ops 3 Easter egg. It's
No
relatively
way.
simple to explain. You get
Not
3
even
cogs
worse
to
than
repair
the
the elevator
giant?
to enter the boss fight. Unfortunately,
What?
the map gets held back by the plant system. On top of that, all players in the game must complete all
This is
challenges, which
foul.
can always be tedious if the lobby you're playing in doesn't have the most competent of players.
This
The
is
Easter egg
so
saving
foul.
graces are the relatively simple yet horrifying spider boss fight, and the overall ties to the story at large.
Chat, is Zetsubo's Easter... He put Firebase Z's Easter egg above Zetsu... What did you just say? Yo, what did you just say, bro? Yo, bro, what did you just say? There is literally no way. Firebase Z's Easter egg is absolutely foul. I would rather play Zetsubo's Easter egg over Firebase Z's. Like, chat, would you rather find cogs or play Pokemon with these little kakas? I know my answer.
Firebase Z. I always thought the way that the Firebase Z Easter egg starts is kind of weird. You go to Peck, and then you go to Ravenov, and then you go to Peck, and then you go to Ravenov, and the first 10 minutes is just going back and forth between the two, like while they have conversations. On top of that, the Mimic step is still one of my least favorite Easter egg steps of all time, just because of the sheer amount of glitches associated with it.
And
The
then
rest
the
of the
boss
steps are
fight is
good,
so
but it all leads up to
caca.
what is easily
Look,
the
he
most
just took her out of his health in a
overwhelmingly
second,
underwhelming boss
man.
fight in Zombies history.
Exactly.
Moon. The only reason the Moon Easter
How is that above Zetsubo? I don't get
Easter egg doesn't come in towards the very bottom of this.
You know what, chat? I agree. I think Moon's Easter egg is mid. One in the chat if you agree. I think Moon's Easter egg is mid because of all the RNG. Like, you can either finish it in 20 minutes or like 2.5 hours.
List is story. Most of the time you'll spend doing this egg is either A, spinning the mystery box in an attempt to get 3 different wonder weapons that you need, or B, waiting for the excavator to finally come down on tunnel 6. Of course though, you can't talk about the moon Easter egg without breaking story into the equation. From witnessing Richtofen and Samantha literally switching bodies to blowing up the earth itself, the story team on Treyarch really went all out on this map and held absolutely nothing back. Outbreak. The one saving grace.
What did you just say? What did you just say? Outbreak is above Zetsubo no Shima? That's where I draw the line. Chat, I've only ever done this. Chat, how many times have you done this Easter egg? Where you fight the Legion boss? I swear to fuck, I've only done this Easter egg once. And then that was it. That was it for your boy. I am a non-outbreak lover, I gotta say.
For the outbreak mode, for me, was the first
also,
Easter
is the
egg.
second
That's the one I'm placing here.
Easter
I
egg
like that the second half of the Easter egg takes place in a secret underground area that can only be accessed during the egg. It also ends with one of the most challenging boss fights
the
we've
boss
had in
fight
Zombies,
is very
the
challenging.
Legion boss.
Timer
Mob
boss
of the
fight,
Dead.
Omega
Although Mob is
Outbreak's boss fight is god tier, I won't be told otherwise. I know you're gonna say that, Chop. But the weird thing is he's putting the second Outbreak Easter egg above this, which to me makes even less sense. You can make a good argument for first Outbreak boss fight, but the second Outbreak Easter egg he's going to put up on this list? Why? I do not know.
Universally considered to be one of the best Zombies maps ever made. There's
Mob
no
of the Dead
denying
Easter egg? What do you guys think about this spot?
Easter egg is
True
lacking a little bit
false?
of creativity. The egg requires the player to build and fly the plane not once, not twice, but 3 times, which gets
it's a mid Easter egg, I think.
very quickly. But let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody is doing the Mob Easter egg because they love the gameplay of it. Where the Mob Easter egg lacks in gameplay, it 100% makes up for in storytelling. Flying the plane over and over again makes sense, and it adds to the feeling of the 4 mobsters being trapped in the cycle. The egg honestly blows all other Easter eggs out of the water story-wise, and if I was someone who valued story over gameplay, I could see myself putting Mob at or near the top of this list. 9. I really like the 9 Easter egg on paper. You essentially do.
You know what, chat? 9's Easter egg is one of my favorite Easter eggs of all time. So I gotta say W, but it's also in the mid tier of this list. So I don't know.
Different challenges and puzzles in order to appease the 4 gods one at a time. Some memorable highlights are the Danu trial, where you get teleported to a hidden location, the mini boss fight against gladiators, where you get unlimited specialists, and of course the final boss fight against 2 separate zombified elephants. Unfortunately, when thinking about the 9 egg, I tend to think about the more annoying steps first, such as waiting a seemingly endless amount of rounds to wait for the poop to marinate for whatever reason.
This is foul. I'm gonna just pretend he didn't say that. You know what? I forgot about that step, but I'm just gonna pretend he didn't say that.
Before you can even begin the actual steps, and lining up the Serpent's Kiss shot to hit 3 symbols.
The thing is though, is like, if you're just progressing through the map and you do it as you're going, it's not that bad.
Sounds like it could be a lot of fun when you're saying it out loud, but it's actually really tedious when you're doing it.
I don't like...
Something about...
Wait, Tog is above 9? This is actually criminal. This is actually criminal. Chat. Tog's Easter egg is kind of dog water. I have to be honest. I don't like all the challenges and the snowballs. I think 9 should be way above Tog or Toad. 1 in the chat if you agree, 2 in the chat if you don't.
Doing the Tagged or Toad Easter egg is so relaxing. Tag was a nice change of pace from the rest of Black Ops 4. There's very little memorization and every step
Voyage is going to be above all of
into
this,
the next. And of course it ends with the literal culmination of the Ether storyline. Voyage of Despair. Voyage for the poop to marinate PS maps until Rev featured the rest of to get to the other side.
Voyage is 11. I cannot agree with that, bro. The only good part about the Voyage of Despair Easter egg is the end boss fight. The first step of the Voyage of Despair Easter egg is literally the worst, one of the worst Easter egg steps of all time. Where you have to do the clocks and put in these inputs and go around the map and know all these locations. F no, baby. Hell no. I do not agree with this. I would say the boss fight is up there, though.
Side of the Titanic before...
Where's your list, chat? Should I literally make my list right after this one in the chat?
Death? And Voyage is home to one of my favorite boss fights in Zombies history. The steps that most of the community tend to hate on are the clock step and the planet step, neither of which is even the slightest bit annoying to anyone who's done them a couple of times.
What are you talking about, Chrism? Yes, they are. They're so bad. The clock step is so bad. The planet step is not as bad, but the clock step is donkey.
So you think that a map that...
I will say Revelations Easter egg is good. W in the chat if you agree, L in the chat if you don't.
Finale of the Black Ops 3 story and featured two unique boss fights.
Only thing I don't like is the eggs. I don't like collecting
the Rev egg didn't quite meet most people's expectations. Nonetheless, it was still a very solid egg and required the player to fight against several Panzer, Margwas, and various mini-bosses at multiple times. I never realized how much I needed to play basketball with the summoning key.
Summoning key should have been the specialist weapon. Do you guys remember when I was playing Farm? That literally should have been the specialist weapon of this map, not the fucking Ragnarok DGs, the Ragnaroks,
while throwing it to hit iconic items from previous maps until Revelations gave it to us. Dead of the Night. Say it with me. Underrated map. Underrated Easter.
Hybs is going crazy right now because you know what? I will say Dead of the Night's Easter egg is phenomenal apart from two steps. The tally step, which is absolutely garbage, and the one where you have to do the puzzle with the statue in the middle of the map. Those two steps are caca pee pee poo poo, but once you go past those, then it's pretty good.
Easter egg. I've completed the Dead of the Night Easter egg more than any other Easter egg in the past few months. Am I crazy? I mean, maybe, but hear me out. 3 separate quests, each filled with unique puzzles and
I have done it a couple of times.
It ends with some of the most unique boss fight mechanics we've ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah, I do.
It also
like
features a fun Wonder Weapon upgrade quest. Dead of the Night had it all, and nobody appreciates it. Shadows of Evil. As much as I love Shadows of Evil, I have to acknowledge
Shadows of Evil actually W top 10 Easter eggs for sure. I'd say Shadows' Easter egg is fucking fun. There's not even a bad step in the Shadows Easter egg, man. It's so much fun. It's not hard. You get all the symbols of the tram, man. Good ass egg, man.
Good ass Easter egg has probably a lot of flaws.
I'd probably put Shadows at like top 3. That's how much I love it. Because it's like, I like the GK Easter egg because it's like you just kill and everything happens. So chat, I would probably rate Garad Krovi as my favorite Easter egg of all time. What is your favorite Easter egg of all time?
The sword, and it ends with one of the most frustrating steps ever implemented.
The 4-player step at the end is garbage.
The Easter egg from anyone who doesn't have 3 competent friends to do it with. At the end of the day, though, I still love the Shadow's egg for a multitude of reasons. And although getting and upgrading the sword is most of the egg, it's actually a lot of fun to do. The flag step is a fun, difficult challenge that adds stress to the entire situation in the best way possible. Shangri-La, easily the most fun Black Ops 1 Easter egg.
I'd put Shang at like top 5. I think Shang is one of the best Easter eggs of all time. To be real, it's so much fun if you have the solo Easter egg mod on as well. It has a great story. I put Shang as like top 5.
The only major drawback of Shangri-La is that it requires 4 people. Shang was the first Easter egg in Zombies history that was actually
one in the chat if you like the
Shang
features
Easter egg. Several fun puzzles
it's so
and requires you to do something
man.
most
the puzzles are not even that bad.
Use your mic to communicate. The whole going back in time thing in Eclipse mode adds a lot to the feel of the Shang egg and makes it a lot more fun. Mauer der Toten. The only Cold War Easter egg that's...
Chat, Mauer top 10, do you agree? I would actually, you know what? I actually would agree. I would not put it this high up, though. I'd put it in, like, 10 to 5 range. I wouldn't even put it at 6. You know? No, not even, like, 10 to 5. I'd put it, like, 10 to 8. Mauer is a top 10 Easter egg, though. I would say that. I do agree with that.
It's worth going back and doing is Mauer der Toten. Mauer is the one Cold War map to do the Easter egg the right way. It begins with a fun, simple mini quest to retrieve the Wonder Weapon. Some other major highlights are Klaus literally becoming a god amongst men when stopping the train, and the step where you smash 2 pieces of uranium together to
the uranium step's pretty fun, man. I like the Mauer
der Toten Easter egg ends with what is easily the most fun and engaging boss fight in Cold War, Buried. This is the only Invictus
Buried is a
Easter
top
egg
10
to
Easter
not
egg.
make me feel
No
physical pain.
doubt in my mind.
It checks all
Sharpshooter
the
is one of the
boxes
best
for
Easter
what
egg
makes
steps
a good
ever.
Easter egg. It makes the
One of the
player
best Easter egg
solve
steps.
complex puzzles, complete a challenging escort step, and
Buried
of
is
course
one of the best
ended with
Easter
one of
eggs
the
ever
most
made. I fully
iconic steps
agree.
of all time,
Fully
love
agree.
it or hate it, the sharpshooter step.
I
Buried
agree with a
also
lot of
scored
his top
additional
picks, but
points
not a
because
lot of
pretty
his
much the
bottom
entire
picks.
Black Ops 2 story unfolds on this map, making it one of the most iconic yet underrated Easter eggs of all time. Garad Krovi. If you're someone who likes
That's
difficult
my
gameplay
boy
and
right
the
there!
rush of things constantly happening, then the Garad Krovi Easter egg is for you. It
Yes!
starts off a little slow,
GK
forcing the
Easter
player
egg
to
is
acquire
literally
6
one of my
trophies,
favorites.
one of which
No
required
doubt.
the Gauntlet of
No
Siegfried,
doubt.
which
Top
seems to
5
take
Easter egg
forever to
without a
actually
doubt
get.
in
But once
my
you
mind.
have all 6 trophies, the pacing
Doubt
goes
in
from
my
0 to
mind.
100 and provides the
Exactly.
player with 6 unique difficult challenges.
Exactly.
Over the years, the player base has learned to optimize these challenges, but if you're going in blind, these can actually be very difficult, but fun if you like a challenge. Of course, the Garad Krovi egg ends with one of, if not
said
the best
classified
boss
yet? I
fight
don't
we've
think
ever
classified's
had,
gonna
culminating in the death of Ultimus Nikolai. Der Eisendruck. I feel like Der Eisendruck is a lot of people's favorite.
I put DE like top 2, chat. I think DE, or top 3 actually. DE is a top 3 Easter egg. It is just the perfect formula for what an Easter egg should be, in my opinion.
Easter egg for some reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's definitely held back by a few things.
Like
the main
what?
one being the whisk step that you have to do not once,
Nah,
but twice
it's not
for
even
some
that
reason.
bad.
I will admit that
It
doing
makes you
the
juggle
Easter
all the
egg
steps,
is a
man.
lot of fun with friends. Whether it's
Isn't it
shooting
number
down
3?
Dempsey's
I think it's
pod
number
in the
4.
sky, using the goldenrod device
maybe it is
at
number
4
3, I'm not
different
sure.
areas to charge the keeper, using a different bow at each one.
I think it's
or
number
of
4.
course, the first full boss fight we've ever had in Zombies. There's a lot of fun to be had, and I couldn't move on past Der Eisendruck
DE
without
has
mentioning the
one of
ending.
the-
The
one of the
DE
best
ending mirrors the
Easter
events
eggs
of Moon,
ever.
where
Fully
this time
agree.
we blow up the
Fully agree.
moon, leading into the final cutscene where we all know what happens. Ancient Evil. The
Oh,
Ancient
it is
Evil
top
Easter
3.
egg-
Ancient Evil. Whoa. Chat, I forgot about Ancient Evil. I'd say Ancient Evil's up there. I wouldn't put it top 2, but I'd put it like top 5, I think. I would put it top 5.
Absolutely
It is
fantastic.
a good Easter egg.
Acquiring and upgrading the
it's
full
like a
gauntlets
better
are
version
some of my
of Origins
favorite
in a
Easter
way.
egg steps ever. Each one is completely unique and tied to the
Origins
specific
is a
god or goddess that
fire
the gauntlet
Easter
is
egg.
associated with. Once the 4 gauntlets are upgraded once each, every step is a lot of fun and extremely memorable. If you've never tried doing the Ancient Evil
There's a
Easter
couple
egg, which
steps
I feel
on
like most of
Ancient
you
Evil, which
probably
I
haven't,
hate.
I really do recommend giving it a shot. Origins. Origins has to have the number
True.
1 spot. Without
True.
Origins, we never would have had the golden era of Easter
you know what?
eggs
Honestly, I
during
could
Black
agree with
Ops 3
this,
forward.
but
This
I put
map
Origins
changed
at
the
number
way we
2
look at
for me,
zombies,
boys.
directing the player to one
I
specific
put
central
Origins at number
focus,
2.
which in this case was rescuing Samantha from Agartha. Pretty much every
Origins
map
is
from
so
Origins
much
to the end
more
of Black
sped
Ops
run as
4
well.
used
Mob
this
was like
model
11.
of giving a player a central focus.
Okay,
This
chat.
map
This is absolutely foul, though.